Hello everyone, Triple S back here with some more Aviary Attorney, and I will admit, it's been 2 weeks since I last recorded, or maybe even a bit longer than that, and I cannot exactly remember what we did last time, but I have no memory of ever going to R&M Associates, so I'm going to go there because it doesn't take me another day, potentially. We'll see what happens. Falcon, what are you doing? It's Charlie, we're a Spanish prince to defend. Alright, what was I thinking? God damn it, okay, yeah, we have to just go straight to the Palace of Justice and go to court. I just seem to have wasted a day or something. Once again, Falcon and Sparrow found themselves waiting outside the doors of the Tribunal de Grande Instance. Are you feeling nervous, Falcon? Yes. Of course I'm nervous. What have we learned about Prince Juan? What do we know about the real murderer? Nothing. Easy there, Falcon, we can do this. Senor Falcon, trust everything is in order? Absolutely, I have every intention of bringing the truth to light in this trial. And such confidence, that's magnificent to see. And bringing the truth to light, you see, an admirable goal. No more jousting at imaginary giants. All of you, cease your yammering. The door's opening. Here we go. Buena suerte, Senor Falcon. We will. Are we ready? We're ready. Why couldn't this be set in like in England? JJ? Severin? Nervous? Why would I be nervous? I'm not nervous. I'm as calm as cuckoo. You're the nervous one. This whole courtroom was nervous. Whoa! Cool your feathers, Falcon. Terrible. You can't even maintain a stoic facade. I thought this trial would be the perfect opportunity for you to redeem your previous embarrassments. But if this is how you act before the trial has even started, why, you pompous-tailed, posture-perfect... Order! Order! Let's all settle down. Court is now in session. Psst, Falcon, what is it? Is it me, or does the primary judge look hairier today? It's a different judge. That's a different judge to the one who resided over Dame Catalin's trial, you doofus. Oh, still it's a little strange, isn't it? A little. It's a little, I suppose. Excuse me, Your Honour. I was under the impression that Judge Maxime would be residing over this case. Where is he? Judge Maxime has gone on temporary sick leave due to a terrible accident with a flight of stairs. Temporary sick leave? Just gone to hospital. Rest assured, as assessors, prosecutor, defence and members of the jury that I am more than qualified to fill his shoes. Without further ado, let's get the show underway. This is the trial of Prince Juan Querido, who stands accused of murdering Major Howell and of conspiring to murder the king himself. Cannot read. Roll call. The defence is present and ready, Your Honour. Prosecution is ready, Your Honour. Good, very good. I expect this to be a nice, speedy trial. Don't want to see this dragged out by technicalities and bureaucracy. Well said, Your Honour. I expect that once the court sees the overwhelming evidence, this trial will be over in 5 minutes. 5 minutes? You just messing with your health, Falcon. Head Falcon, keep it together. So we're all on the same page? Excellent. Prosecutor, please call your first witness to the stand. Very well, I call the police officer who investigated the crime scene. I call upon Inspector Juste Voletti. Step up to the stand, Inspector, and recite the oath. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Please recite your name and occupation for the court record. My name is Inspector Juste Voletti. I am a servant to the law, a scourge of the gutter rats. That will do, Inspector. We've all heard your monologue before. Whoa. Cocorico really is going for a speed record, isn't it? Now, can you tell us what you witnessed on the morning of the 7th of January? Of course. At 10 o'clock in the morning, I was called to the Louvre's Grande Gallery by one of the King's Royal Guards. Did you say o'clock? There, I saw Prince Juan, King Louis Philippe, the corpse of Major Howell with a rose in hand, and around 24 citizens. The citizens and the king himself all attest to seeing Major Howell taking the rose from Prince Juan's hand and then promptly dropping dead. And what did the morgue uncover upon examination of the corpse? The coroner determined with absolute certainty that Major Howell died of poisoning. Oh. Aside from a prick upon the finger, there was no sign of external harm to Major Howell's body. Therefore, the poisoned rose must have been the cause of death. Putting the pieces together, they just seem very implicative of the prince. I have no further questions. Damn, I was hoping that the coroner's report would determine that the guy died from a freak heart attack or something. That would make for a particularly speedy trial, wouldn't it? But no, we aren't so lucky. Something else must be amiss in the old bird's testimony. Right, I'll tear it apart. Your Honour, I wish to cross-examine the witness. Falcon, wasn't it? Don't waste the court's time. A high-ranking police officer would never lie on the witness stand. I wouldn't accuse the inspector of lying, just want to make sure that every base is properly covered. Ugh, this sounds like pointless nitpicking to me, but I'll allow it for now. Go on, Falcon, do your cross-examination. He's a dick. I would like... There we go. 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, you say? Correct, 10 o'clock. How long did it take you to arrive? At the time you were called, how long did it take you to arrive at the crime scene? Around 5 minutes. I happened to be in the neighbouring Palais Royal at the time, so it was a simple journey. Then I'm guessing that Major Hal would have been dead for around 10 minutes by the time you arrived. That would be a fair estimate. Plenty of time for a bad guy to slip away, huh? That's definitely a possibility. I don't think the court would appreciate my wild speculations, though. Have another question? No. Right. So there was 10 minutes between the death and what's his face showing up. I'm trying not to pick any things that would enrage the court, especially with this judge. Cops, Major Howell. Who was he? There. What if he was the intended What? I'm so confused. Never mind. Doesn't make any sense. 24 citizens. All my whom to attest to seeing my client deliver the poison rose. Oh boy, when you put out that, our situation seems a little dire, doesn't it? Correct. We collected precisely 22 testimonies and there were no major inconsistencies. What exactly did they say? I'd like some further details. What exactly did the testimonies say? Each citizen attested to seeing the king and his entourage approaching the new painting in the Grand Gallery. They each heard the king deliver a short speech which was on the subject of progress and societal improvements and whatnot. There was some applause, then Prince Juan stepped out of the crowd and approached the king with a rose in his hand. Each person then saw Major Hal take the rose from Prince Juan, and each person saw Major Hal promptly drop dead. I see. Some of the descriptions of the man's death were quite graphic. He convulsed, twisted in spasms, said one person. Witness, his mouth frothed like he was a rabid lunatic, said another. Thank you, Inspector. I think we get the picture. Any questions? No. Poisoning. He said that the coroner determined with certainty that Major Hal was killed by poison. Correct, he stated the signs and symptoms were textbook. There is no possibility that his death was natural. What kind of poison was it? Did the coroner mention specifically what kind of poison it was? He was not certain. At first the coroner posited that it was a plant-borne poison like that of the aconite flower. But when he learned how fast the poison had taken effect, he noted that this was atypical of aconite. Consequently, he suggested that it may have been some newly engineered concoction. A newly engineered poison, you say? Well, that only reaffirms that this was a very deliberate assassination attempt. Indeed. No, I guess. What the hell can I talk about here? That's not what I wanted. I suppose I can't leave poison. I can't click on it or anything? Okay. The office of Renard Vulpes. Wait. I don't know. I don't know what to... I have 12 francs. Okay, that's good enough. I don't know what to do exactly. What do I have in here? I don't know. I don't know, 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 I don't know. I don't know what to do. Okay. How was Major Hal poisoned? What was the delivery mechanism? His finger was pricked by the poison rose. He even commented out loud about it seconds before dying. All 22 citizens who witnessed the murder attested to seeing and hearing this. Is there a possibility that he was poisoned by something else? What an absurd thing to ask, JJ. You just said that 22 people saw the victim prick his finger and die. What are you suggesting? That the pricked finger had no relation to the poisoning? Exactly what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying. I don't doubt that Major Hal was poisoned, but I do doubt that the rose was the cause. Unbelievable! Only a total buffoon could fail to draw the blatant link here. JJ, as tempting as it is to sit here and lecture you on the basis of cause and effect, I'll let the discussion painlessly. Inspector, please tell the defence that you found traces of poison on the thorns of the rose itself. That should alleviate all doubt that the rose was, in fact, the poison delivery mechanism. Actually, I can't tell him that. ... I dread to ask, but why not? We didn't check the rose for traces of poison. It just seemed obvious that the rose caused the poisoning given the timing of the incident. Well then, now would be a good time to make a test. Here's a marvellous thought. We prick the finger of the defendant with the rose. If there is no poison on the rose, then Prince Juan lives, and he is free to go. If the rose is poisoned, then the prince dies, but that's okay because the punishment would be just and fitting of the crime. A marvellous suggestion. What is this, a witch trial? This isn't America, Severin. That's not how we do things here. Calm your feathers, JJ, it was clearly a joke. There are far more humane ways of testing for poison. I'm sure the inspector will perform his duty with due diligence. Actually, we won't be able to test the rose for poison at all. Why is that? Given the dangerous nature of the flower, it was destroyed by the police force. We burned it to ashes. Such unprofessionalism. If you have no way to know whether the rose is poison, then this whole trial ought to be called into question. Nice try, JJ, but through the process of reasoning by elimination, we can still deduce with absolute certainty that the rose was poisoned. In other words, there was nothing else at the crime scene that could have caused the poisoning. Wrong! There was something else at the crime scene that could have contained the poison. Something the investigative police blindly overlooked. I'm assuming it's the chocolate wrapper. Look at this. What am I supposed to be looking at? It is the paper wrapper to a piece of chocolate. It was found in the Louvre at the Salle de Table, to be exact, Hybrid Tubular, and we can date its consumption to the day of the incident. You're not suggesting that Major Howell ate a piece of poisoned chocolate moments before he died? I most certainly am. Intriguing. Pretty convincing. I gained a little favour with the jury. Did you see this wrapper at the crime scene for yourself, Inspector? The police force has not the time nor resources to troll every piece of trash at every crime scene, I'm afraid. In other words, you overlooked it. Astounding unprofessionalism. The prosecution is right to be disgusted. What a disgraceful display, Inspector. I offer my apologies, Your Honour. I don't want your apologies, I want you to do your damn job properly. Get off the witness podium before I kick you off myself. As you wish, I'll take my leave until next time, Messieurs. He runs. So let me get this straight. This chocolate wrapper was found at the crime scene. Correct. And you have reason to believe that it was consumed on the day of the incident. I do. I have an expert food testing witness who is willing to testify if need be. You have a food witness? Don't recall anyone like that. Who on earth are you talking about, Falcon? Oh, I see. Huh. But do you know for certain that Major Hal consumed this chocolate? Well, that is a fact that we are still investigating. I see. Do you have evidence that the chocolate was in fact poisoned? Again, that is something that may require a little more time to definitively prove. So that in actuality, you do not have evidence that Major Hal consumed some poisoned chocolate. Instead, you have a solitary piece of rubbish that you pluck straight out of the gutter. That's weak, even for you, JJ. Let's move things along. I have another witness I would like to summon. He's a man who claims to have had an excellent view of the people going in and out of the Louvre at the time of the incident. I call upon Monsieur Toussaint Kingsley. Could the witness please approach the stand and recite the oath? Hello. Hello. Alright, the oath. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear. Tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Please state your full name and occupation for the court record. My name is Toussaint Kingsley, and I am a person who fishes. A person who fishes? You're a fisherman. Oh, is that how it is? I thought the French justice system was better than this. I beg your pardon? Here comes Toussaint Kingsley, the kingfisher. Clearly, he must be a fisherman, because did you hear? All kingfishers are fishermen. You are carrying a fishing rod. And, can a man not carry a fishing rod, reel and bait without being branded a fisherman? Look, the prosecutor's carrying a riding crop. Clearly he must be a horse jockey. Oh, for pity's sake, fine, we can list your occupation as person who fishes and not fisherman. Thank you. Actually, why do you carry a riding crop, Severin? Never seen you ride a horse. I don't know, JJ, why do you, a 30-something-year-old with no health problems, carry a cane? This is veering quite far off course. Could the prosecution please get back to his questions? Of course, Your Honour. Monsieur Kingsley, is it true that you were nearby the Louvre at the time of the incident? Yes, I was sitting upon a railing of the Pont des Arts. Pont des Arts? That's the new bridge is just a stone's throw from the Louvre's south entrance, correct? That's right. What were you doing at the time of the incident? I was fishing. Heh, kingfishers. Am I right, Falcon? You would have had plenty of opportunity to see the people who entered and exited the palace. Can you tell us who you saw? For the Louvre's a busy place, naturally I saw a lot of people. But at 9 AM, I saw the king, Louis Philippe himself, enter the building. He was surrounded by his entourage, of course. Then around 9:30 AM, I saw this shifty-looking fox lurking around the entrance. Your Honour, I object to the witness's use of the term shifty-looking. It's a vague and biased description. No, really, he looked super shifty. I saw him rubbing his paws and cackling gleefully. Then I saw him take out a rose and carefully rub the stem. Rub the stem of a rose, you say? As if he were applying something to the flower, perhaps? Well, Monsieur, I really shouldn't speculate. Of course, it was wrong of me to ask such a leading question. But yeah, it definitely looked like he was putting some sort of powder on the stem. Wow, even I was expecting such a bold admission. Members of the court, it sounds like what we have here is a direct witnessing of the defendant readying the murder weapon. The defence claims that I've got something in my inventory. The defence claims that the rose was never poisoned, and yet here we have a man who saw the poison with his own eyes. I smell perjury. You do? No question. You saw a shifty-looking criminal readying poison and cackling at the scene of the crime? That's not believable at all. I think you might be right. Wonder if I have any evidence that calls Toussaint, I just want to call him Toussaint, story into doubt. Your Honour, I'd like to cross-examine the witness. Really? This nonsense again? You said the witness directly described your client readying poison on a rose. What is this question? I'm just trying to uncover the truth, Your Honour. Fine, do your thing. Go on, Falcon. Go make a fool out of yourself. Right. Shifty-looking fox. Shifty-looking fox. Yep, super mega shifty. Are you sure that the fox was Prince Juan? There must be at least 100 foxes in Paris. How do you know that the fox you saw was Prince Juan? Well, he's wearing a suave hat that hangs low over his eyes. I hear that's how they wear them in Spain. And I'm not much of a fashion expert, but the rest of his outfit looked quite out of place for the French winter. Is that all you're going by, his fashion sense? Oh, I never forgot. I heard him call a passerby Senor. I thought that was peculiar. Well, that's him alright. How the hell did you hear him from a Brit? Oh, no, I don't want to question the landscape of this place. I don't know France or whatever. Powder. Is there a fox rubbing the stem of a rose? So in my own eyes. Are you sure you saw powder? How far away are you from the south entrance? 20 metres perhaps? 30? I'm somewhat doubtful that you can make out powder being applied to anything at those sort of distances. Monsieur, I don't claim to have seen the powder itself. I said that it looked like he was applying powder to the flower stem. It could have been a wax, or a liquid, or whatever, but the guy was definitely putting something on the flower. I see, well that's nice and vague. Yes. Sure it was a rose? Are you certain that the fox was handling a rose and not some other type of flower? Pretty sure the red petals stand out quite nicely on a grey January morning. So you are confident, you are absolutely sure that you clearly saw a bright red flower in the fox's hands. What are you getting at, JJ? Prince Juan didn't possess a rose. Okay, right, I'll go over that one. I have reason to believe that Prince Juan did not possess a rose at all. I think that it may have been in possession of a sprig of monkshood. Or even just a simple daisy. Really? You're claiming that Prince Juan did not possess a rose, despite 22 witnesses certifying to seeing him handing a rose to the king. This is a ludicrous line of inquiry. There is zero doubt that Prince Juan possessed a rose on the day of the murder. Oh, fuck off. The stalling? Yeah, shut up. Nobody likes you. You're all dicks. No. King and his entourage. I don't freaking know. I don't know. Never mind. Screw it. Pondiat. What entrances can you see from that bridge? Monsieur Kingsley, you had a good view of the Louvre's south entrance, didn't you? Yep, the Pont d'Art is a great vantage point for seeing the Grand Gallery's south side. What about the other entrances? The other entrances? You mean like if you were entering from Tuileries Gardens or the Place de Carousel? No, I couldn't possibly see those areas from the bridge. But of course, that isn't relevant. Monsieur Kingsley witnessed Prince Juan entering the south entrance with flower in hand, and that's what counts. You're right, fuck it, I don't know. Bro, they're right, there's no reason to base as a wise choice. Yes, I guess. It's a good fishing spot. I assume you'd be better off fishing upstream away from the city. It's okay, you would think the pollution would scare off the fish, but some species thrive in it. I managed to catch a 70cm zander from the spot the other day. Really? A 70cm Xander? What bait were you using? Good question. See, some like to use worms, but I found that a good roach will always triumph. I object. It's completely off topic. Sustained. No. Don't care. King and his entourage, because why not? Who was in the king's entourage? Who's in the king's entourage? Well, there was the king himself, obviously. And there were quite a few guards, maybe 4 or 5, including a big dog who I hear is the guy who died, Major Howell. I think that was all. I see. God's sake, which one is it? Did I do both of these? I don't want to say all foxes are shifty looking. Why not? That's not a valid testimony. All foxes are shifty looking by default. Whoa, that's not cool. Mon Dieu, JJ, it's the 19th century. You can't just throw out slurs like that in this day and age. I'm just saying. No, you listen. France is better than this. We've moved past our need to hold back animals. We don't like for the use of oppressive stereotypes. What's the prosecutor? Slurs are archaic. Now we, society, can hold back animals we don't like through more subtle institutional means. Right. Wait, what? No. It's got to be something to do with powder. Wait, I said these both, didn't I? Never mind. Oh, which one is it? I don't know which one it is. Are you sure? I understand that the king does most of his work in the Palais Royal, which lies to the north of the Louvre, so it's a little strange that you saw the king from the south entrance, is it not? No one saw, monsieur. JJ, there's little reason to doubt that the king entered the Louvre from the south. Are you really calling this basic fact into question? I am. That's why it doesn't make a lick of sense. Why would the king walk from the Palais Royal all the way around to the other side of the Louvre just to enter via the south? Simple. The king wasn't walking from the Palais Royal. He was walking from the Hotel de Ville, where he had some business to attend to. As you probably know, it's simple to reach the Louvre's south entrance from the Hotel de Ville via a brief stroll on the Seine. You came from the Hotel de Ville? Yes, a single minute of fact-checking would have cleared that up. Oh. Oh, for God's sake. I don't know what to do. I mentioned all things, so I must be missing something along the lines of when I'm questioning something. Oh, God's sake. Okay, nothing there. Which one is it? Oh my god, I don't know what I'm doing. What if he's trying to use another wrench? I don't know. Did I... Above or below? I need help here. Above... To like... Oh! So there's garden. Oh! There we go! Right. To the west. That's a big what if. Do you have any evidence that Prince Juan entered the Louvre from the gardens? Matter of fact, yes I do! I have definitive proof that Prince Juan approached from the west, not the south. Hey, I know what I saw, monsieur. I'm doubtful too. Go on, JJ. Show us the definitive proof that Prince Juan entered from the Louvre from Les Gardens. Look at this. A book page. Page 44 Don Quixote. Specifically, it was found just outside the Louvre's west entrance. This proves nothing. I'm not done yet. Take a look at this. Don Quixote. This is the book Prince Juan has been reading in jail since his arrest. I believe he has had it on his person for some time. And yes, page 44 is missing. That was the first thing I checked. You do realise what this means, don't you, Severin? The defendant was present in Tuileries Gardens prior to entering the Louvre. This also means that in all likelihood, the defendant entered the Louvre from the west entrance, not the south. He cannot possibly have been seen by Monsieur Kingsley from the Pont des Arts. What? I know what I saw, Monsieur. Fine theory, Falcon, but maybe the defendant took the long way around. One can still travel from Tuileries to the Louvre south entrance by walking along the river. An extra 2 kilometers to walk just to enjoy the pre-murder scenery. Let's not say silly things, Cocorico. Okay, maybe the defendant deliberately left the page there to mislead the investigation. Now you're the one who's blindly speculating. It's not blind speculation, it's a viable hypothesis. You're fond of logic, aren't you, Cocorico? Let's talk about Occam's razor. When torn between 2 seemingly equal hypotheses, we must side with the one that imposes the fewest assumptions. Which of these theories takes fewer assumptions? 1. The page from Prince Juan's book fell out on his way to the Louvre's south entrance. 2. Prince Han deliberately planted the page on the off chance that it would be discovered that he took the long way around. How dare you, the nerve of you to lecture me on such basic philosophical concepts. I'll stop lecturing you and you stop making such basic mistakes. Monsieur Falcon, please calm yourself. What is the point of all this yammering? The real point is that Toussaint's testimony is fabricated, made up, utter fiction. No, everything I've said is the truth. I suspect that the witness isn't even a fisherman. I'm not a fisherman. See, he admits it himself. That's not what I meant. Innocent, perhaps? What a twist. You're just losing all of it. Prosecutor, you have something that will put this arrogant Falcon in his place, don't you? I must concede. You concede? On this point, at least, Falcon's evidence strongly suggests that the key component of Monsieur Kingley's testimony is false. Ah, no! This doesn't mean that Prince Juan is innocent, of course. All Falcon has demonstrated is that this particular witness is unreliable. But I did see something, I really did. Alright, so maybe I didn't exactly see a shifted-looking fox. I made that part of the story up. But I did see a swan looking around the south entrance on the morning of the murder. A swan? Do shut up, witness. Your word is mud at this point. How can we possibly trust anything you have to say? Your Honour? Judge Romulus? We're out of time. We're 10 minutes overdue to start on the hare versus tortoise trial. Is that late already? Curses. I was hoping we could have the case wrapped up in a single trial session. It is a shame, but ultimately an accurate sentencing is always preferable to a speedy sentencing. Yes, alright. I don't need to hear your moralising. Court will resume this Friday, the 21st of January at 9 o'clock. Don't be late. Prosecutor, do your damn job. Get this stupid fox a conviction already. I will do my best to ensure that justice is served, Your Honour. Oh, a lot came up in that trial, huh? Yeah, no doubt about that. But something's bothering me. Where would that fisherman guy, Monsieur Kingley, lie on the witness stand? Maybe he was coerced. Well, it's possible that he was coerced or bribed. That's just what I was thinking. Maybe the real murderer threatened the fisherman into making up a story about Prince Juan. He's keeping an open mind. Anything is possible at this stage. But to be perfectly honest, something else is bothering me about the trial. Mademoiselle Signer. Mademoiselle Signer. I believe she plays a key part in this case, but getting her to tell her story is proving difficult. Surely you don't think that she's the real murderer? ... Excuse me, Monsieur Falcon. Oh, hello. Sorry to bother you, but this letter just arrived. I think it's for you. Letter for me? I wonder why it wasn't sent to my office. Have you been demoted to courier status, Rupert? Oh, hush, Sir Sparson. I don't need to be pitied by a first-year dropout. Ooh, good comeback. So what does the letter say, Falcon? It's a threat. A threat made with cut-out newspaper letters. Whoa, I didn't know those things actually existed. Let me see. F-A-C-L-O-N. Stop your investigation or there will be consequences. Scary. There's no question that this letter originated from Major Hal's murderer. He or she must be aware that we are getting close to uncovering the truth. Sounds about right, but why would a person write with cut-out newspaper letters like this? Masking one's handwriting would be the most common reason. Though I can't help but wonder why they would bother since we don't have any handwriting samples to compare it to. We're still going ahead with our investigation though, right? Absolutely. Oh yes, absolutely. If a lawyer were deterred every time they received a threatening letter, they would never get any work done. Besides, with only 3 days left before the next trial session, we can't afford to be worrying about pretty petty things like this. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Wow, you're right. Let's make those days count. Oh my god, that took forever to get through. I was in a blind panic. This isn't like me playing Ace Attorney, because in Ace Attorney I'm actually following a guide, because if I wasn't I would be completely lost. With this I'm actually attempting to just figure it out on my own, so it's taking forever. But anyway, we actually managed to do some stuff. So, thank you for watching. See you all next time for some more Aviary Returning, where I will try and figure out some stuff that we need to do. So it seems like there's 4 places here that would cost us each a day, so we've got to choose between 3 of them to go to. And I guess that's how I don't know. The time system in this game is a bit weird. But anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.
This rock dub is named Waro Ryota. He's been friends since he was barely hatched. He can be a little mischievous, but he's responsible and kind.